I might have taught you everything technically about PhD, from OneNote, from Zotero, to how to research on PubMed, all the technicality in PhD. But did you know the primary skills of you being a PhD is knowing how to say no? Let's talk about that. Welcome back to PhD Coffee Time. This is the online community for you as PhD student to get motivation, peer support, and practical tips during your PhD. Rejection is the norm for academia. We get rejected for our application, our paper, our funding. And if you get rejected, remember, this is just a sign saying not now and not here. But today, let's talk about why and how you should say no to a lot of things in your day so that you can still grow and thrive in the academia world. Actually, in life, we should always be more intentional to what we say yes to. Did you know every yes is an implicit no to what's more important that you should have been doing? For example, if I say yes to watching movie in the weekend, I'm saying no to recording a video for you guys. And sometimes I just need to tell myself I need to get what is important to get done, stick with the plan. The analogy is if you have a jar of pebble and sand. If you fit the more important task first, the pebble, you can still fit some of the sand around and most of the important things will fit. But if you fit all the sand first, unimportant thing in your life, you're going to remain with sand. Nothing important is getting done. This important prioritizing mindset has been what influencing me the most as a PhD alumni. And I can't explain how much more important this is at work right now when you have always more work than you can do every day. You must remember where are the pebbles, where are the sand. Distinguish the difference, get through each day, one day at a time. I have read this book called Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. It's not a new book anymore, but it's still my favorite read as a woman. Because did you know when a woman say no at work, is perceived as difficult and this person is not professional enough to say yes. Women in academic position, your female faculty member, are much more likely to be asked to do a service for the department than the male professor. I'm not making this up. We have to think of a way to overcorrect this as a female. And that's usually how I tell people no is we are asked all the time to do things. Have you asked Peter or Chris, other people in the department? Please come back to me later. Knowing that you're allowed to say no and you have to say no if you want to stay true to what you have committed to is a really important skill. I've been walking through this nice garden in France. People cut away perfectly nice flower and fruit all the time. Why would they do that? This is called pruning. Because if you have the vision of how this branch should be going, as a gardener, you need to take the harsh decision to cut away branches that doesn't go with your value system, doesn't flow with your original mission and vision. That's just part of life, and being a researcher, owning your own project, you're the only person that can think of saying no. In the process of saying no, you need to remember that every task that you're doing every day has 4 categories. They can be important, urgent, non-urgent, urgent, unimportant, and non-urgent and unimportant. I've already spoken about what are these categories and how you should categorize them, but you should try to focus your energy on what is the most important and non-urgent, which usually is your thesis and experiment. Hopefully they're not urgent, okay? So the more you can put your energy every day, especially your higher quality bandwidth in the morning to do non-urgent and important tasks, the more traction you will gain in the middle of your PhD and the more you will feel on top of everything because you're not spending your day being reactive to other urgencies. You're also acknowledging that you're making progress by tracking time every day. Back to how to say no to people when someone nice people, they come in to ask, even Vera, would you like to go for lunch? Some of the day, I just want to get things done and I don't want to have lunch with people, and it's okay. I'm not a sociopath. I need to protect my time by telling them, I appreciate you inviting me for lunch. I feel very included, but I have this priority on the list and it will be really difficult for me if I don't get through my day finishing some of these tasks. First, starting with an appreciation of that person's thought of you. Tell them the reason why you can't join them, and then put yourself out there saying, maybe next Friday I will be happy to do that, but please let me know in advance so I can plan my day accordingly. I'm not a sociopath. That's the way you can say no without being really off-putting and really negative. And if it is a coworker and they want to ask your help and you really can't do the job for the other lab, you know, you have your own lab work and someone else has an experiment and they want a second pair of hands. The way to address this is to also say the appreciation that you believe in me to handle your rat experiment. However, I already have signed up this booking in advance and I need to show up in another lab. Offer an alternative such as, can I ask my undergraduate student to help you? She is quite well trained in this type of experiment and it will be a great mentoring activity for you as well as training opportunity for her. Provide an alternative that is meeting people halfway instead of just saying, no, I can't help you. But of course, no is a full sentence too. So to some people, you may need to say no in a very blunt way, but we try to be diplomatic and not to offend people unnecessarily. So it's always a good gesture to tell people your reason why. If the person is your boss, your advisor, wanting you to do multiple things at the same day at once, and you can't quite see yourself managing everything, people struggle with saying no because that person is your advisor, is coming from above. How can I say no? However, remember that this person is incredibly busy, and sometimes they don't even know how many things has been put on your plate. So what I would do is I try to remember that this person is here to work with me on this project, and we both have the shared objective to move things forward. This person is not here to be against me. I will have a role to remind that person saying, we already have put all of these things on the list. I understand we have a change of priority. Could you clarify what is more important so that when I still have the greatest bandwidth in my brain, I get that done first thing for you? I think that's a fair question to ask, and a lot of time we are not even aware that we can ask this type of question. So I hope this video helps you to navigate how to say no in different ways. There are different shades of no's. Stop daydreaming about holiday. Get back to your writing. So I hope by the end of this video now you understand the importance of saying no so that you get your priority done first thing first. Comments below. What have you said no to this week? Let's learn from each other so we can grow like a community. Thank you for watching and I'll see you the next time.